and welcome back to this video. Thanks for joining me today. So today I'm going to be doing what I call a new releases video. This is going to be number 3 in the installment. It's just where I sit down and we pop up some pictures and we talk about new makeup. And it's also where my dog rolls around on the floor and makes a lot of noise. I got this idea from YouTubers like Angelica Nyquist, Amy Loves Makeup, Karen Harris. They all do videos like this. They all do them a little bit differently, but this is not my original idea. It's just a lot of fun to talk about new releases. We go on Instagram accounts like Trend Mood, Dupe That, Indie Makeup Spotlight, and talk about a bunch of new releases. Usually I have wine, but the only wine I had in my house is cheap $3 wine that tastes like ass from my friend Chris. So I'm drinking sweet tea in a wine glass, because I am one classy lady. So I use my husband's phone when I do this. The background is me. So the first thing I wanted to talk about on Trend Mood is the new Melt Cosmetics and Beetlejuice collection. This has a ton of stuff. It's got 2 eyeshadow palettes, it's got a mascara, gel liners, some lipsticks, a mirror, I guess, a brush set, ton of stuff. It's not going to be available until November 27th, which I think is kind of weird. I think it's weird that they teased this on Halloween and then they're not coming out with it until almost December. I think it's an odd choice that they chose not to make this their Halloween release, but I think it's really, really cool. The branding is really cool. I love all the colors. That olive green lipstick is calling my name. I love an obnoxious lipstick. I don't know. I don't know if I'll be picking this up, honestly, just because Melt is more expensive. In a dream world where I had all the money that I wanted to spend, I would definitely buy this. Do I know a lot about the movie Beetlejuice because I've only seen it one time? No, I don't. Hold on. You're so obnoxious. Having pets is a whole deal. Anyway, I just think this is really pretty. The recently deceased eyeshadow palette is like greens and purples, and the other one looks like it's like grays and reds. I think I like the green and purple one better. This whole collection looks really, really cool. The only thing like criticism-wise that I would have to say is that it's just an odd time of year like to release a Beetlejuice collection, but what do I know? Next. Okay, so Trixie Cosmetics, which is Trixie Mattel's cosmetics line. If you don't know who Trixie is, maybe I'll try and pop a card up because I've never done that, but I'll try. To my Trixie Mattel video where I turned myself into her and it's a hot mess. I love Trixie. I'm a big fan of hers, but I've never bought anything from her cosmetics line. I really, really want to. I want the Katya collaboration lipstick. I really want that if it's still available. But this is a new gloss shade in Pink Slip, a purple toned pink, and it's a perfect companion to Stacy's Mom matte lipstick. So I really want to try Trixie Cosmetics, but this isn't the first thing that I would try. I'm not a huge fan of a super pigmented gloss. If I'm gonna have a pigmented lip, I want it to be like a liquid lip or a stick lipstick that's gonna stay on, because I just don't want the messy hot pink gloss all over my face. I'm not really into that. So this is not what I would buy, but she has that really cute blush palette, some hot pink like stick lipsticks, the Katya lipstick. I would be interested in trying any of those things. This is all good. The last time a lot of this stuff was boring, but this stuff is good. If you can't tell, I have purple hair and I'm wearing egg earrings, so I'm into the eccentric. Okay, so Revealed, new addition to the Space Age family, a new highlighter shade, the Space Age Prophecy by Kaleidos Makeup. A multi-chrome champagne highlighter with supernatural green, vermilion, gold, and lime. Shifts $14. This is beautiful. I've never tried anything from Kaleidos, but I've heard their highlighters are bomb. I love the little tin packaging. This color looks like I could get away with it on my skin tone. I like how it's a little alien-esque. Yeah, I'm into this. And it's only $14, which isn't too bad. I would consider picking this up. I really would. Available November 9th. So far, I'm pretty into everything. Next, Natasha Denona, our expensive old friend. So she is coming out with a new Tri-Chrome eyeshadow palette for holiday 2020. 15 pans, $129. I don't know if any of you are just sitting on $129, but I work for the local government, so I'm not. Would I consider buying this if I had the money? I've never tried anything from Natasha Denona. I've never had the money for Natasha Denona. Probably won't anytime soon. This color story kind of speaks to me because it does have multi-chromes, and if you don't know what a multi-chrome is, it's like an eyeshadow that shifts multiple colors, so like a duochrome would shift between 2 colors like purple and pink or green and yellow, but a multi-chrome might be like red to green to yellow or purple to pink to blue or that kind of thing. I don't actually own any multi-chromes. A lot of indie brands do multi-chromes, and it seems like the mainstream brands are picking up on that, like Natasha Denona, like Pat McGrath. I don't actually know who did it first, but I know that the indie scene with brands like Cleonid and JD Glow, I think, have been doing multi-chromes for a long time, so not totally sure what came first, the chicken or the egg. Anyway, I like this because this is actually fun. I think this is a fun palette. Most of the time she does like some variation on a neutral tone, but I think that this looks like it's fun. I'm not gonna buy it because I don't want to go into debt over eyeshadow, but I think it looks fun. Let's see, getting something to talk about. Okay, people have been talking about this. I would also like to talk about it. Holiday release from Huda Beauty. Huda Buddha. One time when I was working at Ulta, I answered the phone and instead of saying thanks for calling Ulta Beauty, I said thanks for calling Ulta Buddha. What can I do for you today? Ulta Buddha. This is the Naughty palette from Huda Beauty. I have several thoughts. The first thought is that everything Huda does is like pink or red. She even throws like in that little neon green palette, there's even like pinks in there. And her khaki palette, there's pinks in there. She is doing this over and over again and I don't get it. She's a serial pink repeater. I maybe shouldn't have said that, but I did. And I'm bored. I have some of her mini palettes. I don't have any of her big palettes, but this isn't exciting. And like the shade Slippery, which is in the bottom corner, the one that looks like mold, I'm convinced that she put that in there not to be innovative, but to get clout, derisive clout. Because if people are hating on it, that means that they're talking about it. And if they're talking about it, that means that they're curious. And if they're curious, they might buy it. And I've seen a lot of YouTubers buy this just out of curiosity. I probably should have been scooched over this whole time. And I've seen it swatched on Karen Harris's channel and it just looks like a gloss. And I'm like, we don't need this. I don't need this. No. How much is it? $67. Huda? Absolutely not. Next. Let's go over to Duke That. See if they've got anything different. Okay, we can talk about this. Available now, the Juvia's Place Wahala 2 palette. I've already seen some videos on this, so this isn't like, well, it is new, but in the makeup world, if something's been out for 2 seconds, it's already old. So this is their first like really big palette that they've done, I believe. Everything else has been smaller. I think this is really pretty and I do like it. Juvia's is doing pressed glitters now, where they weren't doing that before, and I'm mixed feelings on pressed glitters. I don't despise them like some people do, but I'm not like, I don't want half a palette taken up with them either. I know that glitters aren't the greatest for the environment and I do try to be conscious of that. I do own some, but I don't want to have glitter in like everything. But I think that this color story is a little bit unbalanced. I think that there's a lot of blue for it not being an all blue palette. Like I would have rather it been like an all blue palette instead of this like 2/3 blue, 2/3 not, or 2/3 blue, like 1/3 not blue. I just think it's kind of an odd choice, and some of these blues look like they would be almost identical on the eye. Like that shade Fury, I don't think I say that word right, Fury, and the shade Wicked, those look like they would be the exact same on the eye. Yeah, that's kind of my opinions there. Some of the videos that I've seen about it have kind of made me want it a little bit. It is a lot of blue. $38, it's not horrible. I would maybe buy it on sale. That's kind of how I'm feeling about it. Alright. I have no like quantity or like any criteria for how many releases I talk about. I just talk about them. Okay, we'll talk about Baby Yoda. Put her up there. I bought this. I bought it. I bought it to review it because I thought people would be interested. But I actually do like the color story. They did a good job with the color story. It makes sense for what the palette is. ColourPop 9 times out of 10 has a good formula. I think it's cute. I like Baby Yoda for what he is, which is a meme. I am not a huge Star Wars fan. I know that's a little bit controversial. I've seen some of the movies. I haven't seen like the original ones, I don't think, which a lot of people, like I know nerd guys would be like, oh my god, you haven't seen that? You know what I have seen? Barbie Princess and the Pauper. I know film. My mom is calling. No mom. This looks cute. I bought it and I will be reviewing it. So look out for that. Let's go on indie makeup spotlight and then wrap it up. We'll talk about some indie makeup. Lethal Cosmetics face powder collection featuring 4 palettes, 10 blushes, and 8 bronzers. The palettes are 37, I think that's pounds each, and the face powders are 14 each. The collection is launching November 7th at 1 p.m. CET. Ooh, they've got a yellow blush. That's pretty. I think this is a good range. I think that they're going for it with the range. They're catering to all skin tones, which is what we want. And I think they're using some unique shades like that bright orange, that yellow. They've got like a true burgundy in there. They're really considering everybody. There's like a pale purple. I'm not going to be purchasing anything from Lethal Cosmetics because they're a little out of my price range and I'm sure the shipping would be really high because I think they're from like Germany or something like that. And that probably doesn't even say pounds. I'm dumb. I don't know currency. But they've got the different face palettes. The one that would work for me would be Boreal, if I'm saying that right, which is really pretty. So if I had an opportunity to get this palette, I would, but I just don't know if I'm gonna at any point. But I'm waiting for some Cyber Monday sales, so Let's see if there's anything else I want to talk about. The Glamlite Burger Slider Palette is available now for $22. I don't want a palette that looks like a burger. I will wear earrings that look like eggs, but I don't want a palette that looks like a burger or a pizza. The only ones I would consider buying from them are their cake palette and the ice cream dream palettes, because those are like neons and pastels. The dessert theme is a little cuter than like the savory theme. And this color story doesn't really do anything for me. It feels a little random. It feels like they were trying to be kitschy, but it doesn't feel very practical. So I'm not really into it. I don't need it. I'm not gonna buy it. I think that's what we're gonna call a day. If you like this video, if you like quirky earrings, if you like dry commentary, if you like me getting distracted every 15 seconds, then comment, like, and subscribe. I will be here making videos at least twice a week, and be my friend. I'm nice, I promise. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Love you. Bye, Mom.